I left the key. I left the damn cards at home. But I was hearing people under judgment. They thought that they could strip. This could be this tiny energy. Somebody thought that out of jealousy they could strip. Excuse me. They thought that they could strip America or strip the Christ or the Christos of the intel and then chew it up and spit it back out to me as I needed it, as we sit here and watch the Trumpets and the Bidens and whoever, the Bushes. Because if they're talking about in the Obamas and they talking about this, like these are these women that they were with or these men that they were with that got them in these situations. It's like whatever they doing over there in the UK is like, what you doing over there? You know, we can't allow, we got to shut down production on like robots or something. They're networking on another level and they're taking shit over and they're calling us old mammoth energies because we didn't get the upgrades. But it's almost like it's silly because it's still the blueprint. Like you, whatever they did, they siphoned the energy from me or the information from me or the intel from me or the government. And then, you see what I'm saying? So God, where he is already ahead. And these people is just making strides. I just didn't think, you know, no wonder why the industry, because these people ain't working on no damn music right now. They working on trying to run the world. That's why I said no wonder why there's nothing. There's more reasons why this is, like, they didn't want to face it that God tore that shit up. But then on the same, you know, end of things, they were doing something. What do you think that they're doing with all that money? Supposedly. Because I was hearing that people is taking the money from like people like me and you, the ones that's supposed to be the rich or the new elite, the real white hats. And they're putting it all in a big melting pot in the gutter or in the Sheol. And that's where they're going to be running things. Because maybe even if Lucifer or the devil was running things from heaven, it says that in the Bible at a certain point in time, maybe that is kind of like the era that we're stepping off of. The people in high places coming down, the ones that was ruling like children coming down. It takes somebody, maybe the world energy, to look at this and exercise looking at this on a whole nother level. Or all the way around how the world car will see it while it's laying in this crib. How a baby would observe all the noise and all the stuff coming in while it's laying in the crib. So you are seeing the image of these people walk across the stage, perform on stage. But they're still, it's like a tethering energy. The puppet master, and then the master, or something like this. So what do you think? Like when Kanye got into the accident, I don't know if this person was already in a contract or if he did a contract didn't come later. But if there was a contract already or some kind of obligation, you still got to fulfill that obligation. So if something happened to this person and the person didn't fully recover, they just created a new image. But again, the fact that I'm not mad that they didn't have me famous, because you're not supposed to create images of anything that's not in heaven. But that, I feel like, of things that are in heaven or graven images. So my essence could have been running around attached to a lot of different celebrities, and I'm just not getting my cut. It's like the power pack would be the essence of the world card energy to power that. So it's almost like whatever's housing or whatever's doing something, these could be people that was already working with the crown. They set down a networking system for the past 20-something years to rip stuff to shreds here. And then they were going to take this back to the UK and then be royals or something. Like, these could be people that thought that they could be royal, or, oh, I'm her cousin, or I'm something, but it don't have, this is an individual thing. It don't have nothing to do with me. Like, this ain't like, oh, what's your cousin? Oh, well, let's have your spouse pick your cousin Amy or your cousin, Rebecca from your third cousin, and maybe he can marry her. There is no other ones. You see what I'm saying? This is like a singular thing. Because even if this is this energy of a father, I was warned that of fathers. Now that I know I have all these feathers or all these fathers, right, that make up my makeup, and I probably, besides I don't have money and I haven't been able to put my foot on the ground and make my own. So I have a harvest. I have seedlings that have been seeded and things like this, but I haven't. Nobody saw me build something from the bottom up yet. So I don't get the same respect that they will be getting. But it's making me think like that there's a woman that is like, if if I can't have you, nobody can. Or this is like Michelle Obama or Ivanka. Somebody's wife is like trying to mac me down, like, you know what I'm saying? But I just feel like it's because of something. So this means that these wives know that their husbands ain't the same. That there's a luxury in being the first lady and not the president. So even when Olivia, when Eli was telling Olivia, I was just thinking, you gonna settle for the first lady? The first lady? Or something like this. But it's like, wait a minute, it's safer there. Nobody's expecting that. There's a whole first lady crew. And they have children. Whether these people are transgender or female. Whichever versions they have. They could be dual energy. So there's a male version of each of those that I named. There's the female and the male version of them. I noticed there was a waxing place right here, but I think I'm looking at the windows right now. It's like this place left. Made me think somebody was living around here. Somebody was living around here, and that was just a setup for them. Somebody was like living in this area or something like this, and that person was getting waxed. This could be somebody that was sleeping with somebody's spouse or mine. Because that lady, I think she was in that building over there, and then she moved over here for like 2 years, and now it's gone. But I feel like it's because that person is gone. I was hearing too good at goodbyes. But none of these people stepped to me when they was here. That means that they must have been doing seances over me in my sleep, or they were watching me, from a distance, or they were trying to get something. What's so special about this person? I'm doing better than this person. Move on. But that's exactly what you need to do. Because I'm not getting any new intel or nothing, and y'all going to keep going around in the same cycles because you try to block me until I feel that the foundation is leveled underneath my feet. You're just going to be grabbing at straws, or these people have they feel like they got the new information, but you really got old news. It set these people back. So nobody got to stand in front of you and say, oh, because of your works, this is what this. Yeah, I be saying that shit on my page, but you feel it. So they was stomping around here, ruining America, talking about this, the Epstein paper, all Trump is this, all the little nagging, little bitchy shit. Nobody was talking about nothing real. I feel like somebody is acting like they're the friend, but they're two faces. Somebody's a Gemini. They're working in two entities, like day and night. The lonely stoner seems to clear his mind at night. You get what I'm saying? Yeah, somebody feel like they're the winner or something like this, but I haven't even started to play. But I told you, if they bound my spouse while I was married to him to the Davis girl, that was actually the Elijah, the brother's wife, if they bound that person to my spouse, and that's who he always pick over me, or something like this, even with the so-called possible separation of those two, like they do something weird. Whatever this is, they do something weird. Because even when I keep on thinking about like Drake and his son, I like the age difference or whatever. Like I had a vision where Drake was still the same age, but his son was like in his 20s or something like this. But then I was thinking about my nephew-in-law, and I was wondering, did somebody sacrifice a child? Because this child kind of looked like cosmic wifey. So this is something that the women, the first ladies and the other coven women and the witches was doing to have these feathers not do their due diligence or their responsibility. It was too many feathers still on this earth for them not to prepare or to make this fucking hard for me to get with my harvest or what's due to me. So all these people is going to be like in a servitude race. Like there's many jobs that people don't want to do. The fact that if we ban robots in that sense from working, because now we know what work means, to live and to work. Well, first of all, a robot can't live. So why do a robot need money? And just because somebody don't like, so what? If somebody don't like the way you look or present yourself, everything underneath y'all little veil or whatever is trashy. Everything is low value, low budget, low quality. You know, you're going to pull back. We're going to get the Wizard of Oz, go back there, pull up that curtain, and the curtain going to have like, and all this for what? Like, I just don't, because I'd be the other way. I'd be like, let's see this person in full access and full work since she talking all that shit. I would be the whole, let me see. Because if we all scrambling to do this against this one person or hide or whatever this is, why are we doing this? It's about time, though. But there's no such thing as this particular type of time that they're talking about. It's like the worst is over. And I could be stuck with a stiff hand or something like this. It also made me think about, I used to always look at Kanye and some of his videos. I thought he had a fake hand. Because I feel like even if they're trying to turn the Christ into a Lord of hosts, or try to say that I'm Mary, because Mary supposedly has 7 demons in her, or 7 angels, or 7 entities. So my person could have been a Lord of hosts this whole time. That's how I got familiar with these other masculines, because whatever he think, whatever he feel, they feel it. If I'm starving him from, if he's not doing right by me and I'm starving him from vagina, they want to make me feel like I made a big mistake. But I bet you that black hole you stuck in that pee-pee in now got your ass lost and turned out, don't it? Mm-hmm. How dare you think something? Oh, it's the same way that celebrities get up with all their trophies and they happy and they take them picture with them 7 trophies and people like, oh, you had the best record. It don't matter if most people didn't even think that. It don't matter if all that shit was just plotted and it was just, set up that way, or they bought it that way, or somebody save all their money and live broke so that they can make sure they buy those wins. You know what I'm saying? It's the same thing. I just don't have no I'm not cocky. I'm just going to be confident in what I'm saying. If that's all I have, motherfucker, I'm pulling out the artillery. You see what I'm saying? I was hearing Stephen's children. Latonia. Because I really would like to know what happened on that Georgia trip. And there's also one more function. I can't remember where we were in that function when all the girls was there. The Khloe Kardashian clone. Maybe Kim Kardashian clone. Ruby. Lizzie and all them. I just can't remember where we was at. What function we were at with Fred and everybody. I can't remember what function that was. It's not Fred, it's Steve. No, it's not Steve, it's Fred. Steve is the Parham. Steve is the dude, Martell or whatever his name is over there in Real Housewives or something, DC or something. I don't know, one of them shows. It's Fred. That's more of the silent brother out of the Parham uncles. That could also be... Okay, let me tell y'all. So, me being a Truman or the Christ, what I'm trying to tell you is what we see on TV. That's not who them people... That's not what's powering that. It takes a lot to power a celebrity. Nobody even want to drive the celebrities around anymore. So... They want to feel love. They want to feel what we feel. They want to drop that. They want to break heaven and come down here with us and do whatever and have more powers than us and play little gods in little communities and little counties and shit like this. Is what it seemed like. And it's like somebody mad at you for having a mind of your own. They swear there's somebody running the world, possibly to a certain extent, but the world has still got a solid core. So it's making me think somebody mad, like you shouldn't have said. But if you just trashing it, leaving it, why does it matter? Nobody's gonna believe what I'm saying or something anyway, so what does it matter? You see? Why does it even matter? Why are you mad? Because you knew that if you're gonna be separating me from this whole time, you knew that the way I was gonna see this, and the way, unless some people that work for somebody disconnected something else a long time ago, so that it will crash and burn for sure. There will not be nothing to salvage between you and somebody, or a system, or a structure. And now this person running or whatever, instead of fixing the problem, they just ran and they don't care. That means that somebody was really willing to sacrifice you and just leave you behind because they found something, or they got something in your likeness, or in my likeness. But in my reality, okay, how I grew up alongside this Parham family, or if they're coven or witches or whatever it is, in my reality, or with my in-laws, or with my friends, or with my best friend, or with my cousins, or whatever, what we're saying is, like, early on, the real versions of these people was already taken out of the scene. You understand? So when I went to Georgia, back between 13 and 15 years old, when I went to Georgia and I met that Reed boy, and we went to go visit, we went to go visit, I think, Steve and his family, his children. And it just so happens when I was in Rosemont for my Mother's Day weekend 20 something years ago, one of the girls that came, because the daughter had moved up here now. We went to go visit her. That was my first time meeting her. She was cool and everything. A couple years later, she moved up here. She was one of the people that was at the hotel with me, or whatever, Kika. Okay? I used to babysit her daughter or whatever when she first came here and got a job. So I was just thinking, wait a minute. The way that they did it is like they taking and making celebrities look some kind of way on TV, and everybody believed that that's what's really behind the curtain with these celebrities. But in my life, or somebody that might find themselves in one of these particular type of situations, you thought you was just a normal person. You would not think somebody would go through all of that to set up a fake reality around you to keep you, while they build the world up, and then also try to make it like you're intelligent. Oh, you found out this, you found out that. But the whole thing was looking at all this stuff because they were building something totally different. And that won't be televised. These are probably like people of like geniuses and the greats and stuff like this or whatever. This has to work out for them. All these people against one. These are the people that will not buy and sell. All of the finances that they're using at this point on, it cannot be theirs because they have been banned from doing so. So they would have had to build something else like Bitcoin or crypto or some other kind of finances. That's why you got Russia was the one left out of G7, but then now you got Trump and Russia making plans. What's that all about? I think both of them did. And I think whatever they was creating, or whatever the family was creating off of these people while they were living, knowing what the plan, what God's real plan was, they went with the devil's plan. Or they went with a dark one's plan, or they went with somebody else, a foreign plan. So I don't have to figure out what you're doing. The whole grid, or whatever you're creating, the whole curriculum, or the whole whatever this is foreign. Nobody has to regard it. Like, get that shit out of here. We'll go back to like when it was the 1800s, motherfucker, before I let you think you're gonna keep on playing with me. To a much simpler system. Because I don't think that our ancestors wanted us to go in this direction. Now, some of this shit is ancient. There is ancient technology, I think. But just like they tried to skip me in succession, whatever was going on between that gap, that big old crater, that big old something. Like, so if you ain't on the outer realm or on the outer edges or whatever like this, they thinking that you're going to sink down. If you don't have wings or something or whatever this is, you're going to sink down, or I'm going to sink down in that pit if they leave me in the middle with all these people. Or all these people are going to then look to me, and I'm not going to have the technology or the knowledge because they already dug it out of my head. Or they already killed all my clones that was supposed to be united back at one put back together again, so that the Ace of Cups could be whole again. The womb, America's womb, would be, so nobody fixed anything. So it's like the fact that these people think that they're going on and building something, or they're going to move on, and you didn't even close the door. You know, you might have thought you closed something physically, but you didn't, because you didn't pay. You didn't pay it forward. You didn't pay, you didn't finish it. You gave, even if you gave somebody else the money, you didn't give it to me. Somebody keeps talking about 100 grand. So I don't know if they took a child and then gave the child the authority to make the decisions from me. Like they, you know what I'm saying? And then the child said, oh, $100,000, that's a lot. Oh, I'll take that when we can settle everything that happened with my family. Or some shit like that. I don't know if somebody settled on something like that. I don't know if somebody's getting that much. I don't know if somebody's trying to tell you, I'll give you that much. I don't know. But there is no price. None shall buy or sell or whatever. It's this shit is done. These people never liked or loved, or even when they said they loved, or, oh, I love my fans, or I love, it was never real. So you get what I'm saying? Now all of a sudden you in love, or you done been with, supposedly, well, you made it like you've been with all these hoes or something like this to these kids. But some of these people could be priests. They wasn't even having sex like that. They just sold that shit to you and your children. The point is, if everything is compromised by some little flowers, some women that just was smart enough to record people and humiliate them, and if you say something, that's what witchcraft is, basically. Bitchcraft. You know, I'm not scared of these people. If these people don't want to take the fall for nothing, or you don't want to, you know, die for your own sins or something like this, you're not doing it with me. So it's like, oh, you should have kept the flowers. You should have kept this. None of that is my stuff. When you give me that, if you try to give me those rings or something like this, you know, then I'm claiming the same trash or sins or something that you guys are going to die for doing with the fathers, or corrupting the fathers, or, you know, taking away. But they still have free will, because somebody could say, I don't give a fuck, leak it. People ain't going to think about that in whatever years, unless it was something that horrible, like leak it. I mean, we wouldn't even be surprised as much as they put the propaganda out. And again, sometimes perception is everything. Nobody would even be shocked if we seen any of these people having sex with a child. The people that was having sex with a child, they done seen each other having sex with it. They're not showing it to the public unless you one of these people that got a special thing to one of these apps. So the people that seeing them do whatever this is, they're seeing them do whatever this is. They doing it too. So who are you blackmailing them to? Like, I don't know. But what you can't find is the Christ doing that. You can't find me doing that. And if you do, that's not me. Like, I can't even take nothing serious, really. When I look at that Nisha Tarot or whatever, I see how she really looked prior to, and now what the person looked like. It's like, bitch, y'all took my pretty face and gave it to this person. Somebody, you could prove somebody walking around here with your fucking face on, and bitch, these people ain't going to jail. Like I said, this is not, whatever is functioning underneath these people is not normal. It's not normal. It's not legit. It's like, say they did find out that these black whales, or the black whale energy or something like this, these people been so silent, but God created me off of these intelligence or whatever, and they jealous of how God created me, so they're going to use the fact that there's so many of them to go against me when I'm the newer thing, but they're out there calling themselves creating something newer, and they're still doing the same thing. And you didn't even finish. If you have one more child, the last one that was coming, you didn't even finish doing your work with this child, or with this person that you were supposed to be doing. You're trying to reject or neglect that situation. I don't know, it's weird. Like, because this ain't like a birthday party. Samantha's having a birthday party. She can only invite 20 people from the class. Oh my God, I'm on the list. Oh my God. And then you realizing like, oh, I'm not on the list. It's not even, this shit is go beyond this, because whatever this is, it's about millions of like, it's like they know not what they do. Like, but this is billions of people in the world that you want that. No. The best thing is some type of reduction or something like this. Due cause. Like lies is everywhere. Like the judges and the judgment on the judges. This means everything throughout the Senate. Everything. It's corruption. It's like it's not even nobody's fault really, but the invasion. Are you going to continue to let these people rule, or pick up random people and just put them in jail or something like this? Or are you going to just ban the government or something in fucking general? Because from what Donald Trump said, they cleaned it up over there in Washington. Is that's even the Washington that we talking about? Could be Washington State. Somebody could be using a rural area in Wisconsin and calling it Washington, D.C. Because they know they can't take their ass back to Washington, D.C. because you didn't fulfill whatever you were supposed to fulfill. You didn't fulfill the prophecy or something like this. Like, that's what I can't stand. I feel like, because I'm not waiting to go nowhere. I just noticed that nothing is coming from these people. So, even when people, like, trying to make little signs or something, well, why didn't you use the same technology that you use when you come pick up my spouse, my so-called spouse? To make sure that I know where I'm supposed to be or who I'm supposed to meet. Why wouldn't you use that? So that's why I'm saying it's all fake. They was never going to extend anything out. So now, it's like cracks in the windows, cracks in the wall. They could have been using this to get into somebody's house or something like this. But there's cracks in your cases. There's cracks in your work. There's cracks in something. And something is following these people now. There's cracks in your foundation. This could also be somebody considered to be digging themselves out of a grave underneath fucking cement. And people is mad. So when you're... Yeah, I'm the only one that's sane here. So, or I'm feeling like I'm a small group of the sane ones. So I have to say it plain and simple. I have to say it like a sane person would say it. Yeah, the situation is insane, but ain't shit insane about me. You know? Nobody had to say that this is the most famous person during this era. They don't have to write my name in one book. But it is what it is. Usually people walk around with pride. They don't have to say a word, and they have a straight look on their face. And they know deep down in their heart, without showing one example of it, without one outburst of, yeah, I did it, bitch, or something like this, they'll use telepathic communication or music coming from a random device, right? And try to say it or something like this. I could be riding in a car with somebody and I'm asking them something, but they will just sit there and act like nah, or they'll just talk normal, but the music that's coming out is coming out of their head. Like, yeah, bitch, I did it. Yeah, what you gonna do about it? The music that's coming in my headphones after I'm done talking to this person is saying everything that they wanted to say to me in the car that they didn't say. So a prideful energy is somebody that they don't have to say shit. You think pride is like, I'm the one. Because if I'm talking to a bunch of people that have been captured by an alien invasion, I'm one of the real ones left, and somebody else is at the control center and they can hit the fucking control or they can hit the red button. I have to say it the way it is. There's no pride. Why would I don't have shit to be proud of. You get what I'm saying? The way these people will want you to think about the situation in general is that you lost everything. You ruined everything. You don't have nothing. You didn't win anything. You're a piece of shit. You dumb. You didn't make it out of here with nothing. That's what they want you to feel, but it don't feel like that. You see? So the prideful person is the person that walk around with their head still up, all just still trying to pretend like they just a good woman or a good man that go home and go to work and provide for their family, but really they smiling inside because they know that they tried to ruin somebody, or they ruined the whole country, or they ruined the whole something and didn't even say nothing. Just like I could sit here and I don't know how my work or my magic works yet, but I'm not prideful. I'll be like, damn, I hope what I said went through. I hope everything is like act upright. I hope that it's going to affect the right things. That's what I mean. Because I know it's upright. I hope it affects the things properly. I hope, Because they have technology. I only have my word. I'm built like a mini god. They got to have all this other shit with big tech. So I would think those are the prideful ones. And that they've been able to do it over and over again. If you look at their roster, all right, this could be a pride sheet or something that they have where like, yeah, that motherfucker, we about to get on that team. Nobody have to say nothing. It's just the way that they think. That's pride. No empathy, no feelings about ruining somebody, wrecking something, or, you know, trafficking your children or something and your wife didn't know, getting away with it. That's pride. The silent ones. And they want you to get in line with it. Because, again, think about how many people, if they didn't just shut their mouth, or if they broke, everybody at one time broke their code of silence and they just told the truth. If the tarot readers didn't use keywords like somebody messed up your car, you about to get the new car, and instead of saying, oh, you one of them, you're going to get a new body. Yeah, they might pick you up at nighttime and take you to a facility, and then you're going to wake up a whole different person. Like, you're going to have a new body and everything. You know, why are they using those? That's what already let me know that they already a part of whatever it is. Somebody vandalized your car or whatever. You get what I'm saying? Instead of saying, yeah, we was watching on the night vision cam and we saw somebody coming in there playing between your legs. They took a baby out of you last night or something like this. You get what I'm saying? Oh, somebody vandalized your car. They're going to pay for that. How they going to pay for it when you sitting here talking about it like that? There's no shame. There's no shame for the people that call themselves Congress, because then we'll have to look at you like, what the fuck do you know? What do we need you for? Why are y'all getting paid? Fuck it. I'm the king now. Don't pay none of them people. Send all the money to me. You get what I'm saying? If you all looking to me and you took the intel from me, the golden ticket that God gave everybody to heal something, and you wanted to be everybody else wanted to be the boss. You see? Somebody want to say, yeah, and now we took everything and you're not the golden ticket anymore. But they lost the whole something of whatever this is, the whole substance, the whole purpose of the whole thing. Because I told you, these people don't have no purpose. They don't know how to handle purpose. But they want to control yours, or they want to control your narrative or something like this. Because you strip everything from the sun and then say, oh, son, what should we do now? We're your God now. I don't know. Y'all got the information, don't you? Okay, so what the fuck is you doing? Because you're not fixing nothing. Y'all got it. What do you want me to do about it? I don't care if you got it. I would like my shit back. But if I don't have it, you know, you're not really afflicting me. Only thing you afflicting is my money. Our money. Like, what you look like? Which lets me know that over the past 20 years, you were discriminating secretly. And you replaced all the Americans that was in office and things like this with robots that you control, or foreigners that don't give a fuck about America. And all the nation's pockets is getting fat over our inability to grasp on to what the fuck is really going on, because you thought it was all about money, and your money ain't even gonna matter. It's like these niggas want to be the queen, because I think they got the Queen of England. I think her face is on the money. These motherfuckers want to be the queen. You want to have your face on, well, the founding fathers' face is on our money, but you want to be the queen. You want your own money. So I don't know what they got in other countries, but in England, I thought they had the Queen of England, and over here you got the founding fathers. And then you got the new coin or whatever that got the Coleman lady on it, which is the in-law's name that Joe Biden and them did. Because we know who was the ruling family that was ruling over the Bidens, or throughout the Bidens, with my crown and my presidential backing, but without my permission. You see? This could also be with the Grahams or whoever else would have been involved in the Pitts and all these other families or whatever. So again, when people are like, oh, you so wrong or something, it's like, dude, the way these people treated me in life, or even if they was kind or it was fake or phony, okay, but once I can see through that outer shell, I don't even see you no more. I can only see the background now. And that's what's the curiouser part to me, is what you was doing in the background or what's attached to you. Rather you knew, so it might not even be these people's mission to see what goes on behind them or what's working through them. I might have the gift of seeing what's going on around you, on what that thing that's hovering over you or within you or through you or around you. I might be able to identify it with my sensors. Not even that I'm seeing anything. I can just identify it from the works. The good, the bad, the ugly, the things that are seen and the things that are unseen. That got your name on it. And then that's what's important for right now, because that's if my thermostat is still working right. Just because they remove some parts or something like this, the thermostat is still running. You remove the cover, or you're missing some buttons on your little house thing for your air conditioner or something, but you still remember what they said when you did have them, so you can still function it without the little letters and stuff like that on there. You know, it's still functioning. The thermostat is still working. The cover is broken. The lid is flopped off, but you can still function the thing. You see? It's still functioning. Excuse me. But it's all for what? That's the thing. Because it's like, okay, so if people from the entertainment industry could do all this, it's like they still weren't built for that extra topping or that extra they wasn't built. So you can make your way up to a fake heaven, but you wasn't built for nothing. The robotic forms were not built for nothing. So the real versions of these people had to be working with the underground. Do you see what I'm saying? They had to be working with the underground. You never really seen Beyonce since she was 12 years old or something like this. The person was probably skinny when they was little. They started getting weight, or they couldn't take the pressures of being mentally abused or something, or all the blogs and all the talk online, and somebody get depressed because if they started out real people, they would have to have real feelings. And when people are doing this, they would have to, do things that real people would do, that go through trauma or drama or something like this in their lives. And then once the person start filling out or something, it's like, oh, damn. Well, yeah, we can't use this to perform no more. Let's just make a robot, or let's just get something else that kind of look like it or something like this. Because I swear all these entities, the demons and all, they act like, oh, we just love you, we miss you, oh, whatever. And I don't never remember hanging out with these people. It's like Jesus never knew these people. So what was y'all doing? Was these like 1,000 little molecules or something that was sitting all over my body? Like experiencing what I'm experiencing just by sucking into my skin or something? You know what I'm saying? This is what I'll be thinking about, like the hair on your legs and shit like this as antennas. You see? It's like that. Because I think that they want to say, like, yeah, we sent that person in, they distract you, you fell in love with them, and da-da-da-da. But no, that's just a little portion of something that I like this person. I said, oh, cool, if that's going to be my person, I would like that. Or something like this, I think, or whatever. But it's not nothing that's going to stop me from getting rid of your ass if I have to. You get what I'm saying? Just bottom line, to get where, because, again, you have to think if somebody had full control, they were just using me to get where they were getting. I guarantee you the ones that was tapped into my energy the most, they was the biggest, whatever they were. Singer, writer, rapper, whatever this is, artist. They were like the number one, top tier. Actor, scientist, whatever this is. But you don't want to share anything with me and meet me where I'm at and take me as I am. So why would Jesus come back here and want to take these people as they are? And it seemed like all of them are attacking the Christ or Jesus. Or they had or have, or they're accustomed to doing so. And also breeding other people and teaching them how to do it too. Kind of don't make no sense, right? Like, people had millions of times to do this when, and even if you want to say that these greats like Martin Luther King, that these were Christ also or something like this, and they just, passed away or something like this. Right? So, if they ever even really died. So, because when I listen to music, I can tell even far as back as the 40s, probably the 50s, that this music was prophesying about me or whoever this is that was coming in this day. They knew. They knew. All right. Look, we got this truck ready to change lanes. Ride with us. A big truck just went by. That's their advertising or whatever. And just looking at this traffic going, and everybody's just going, and I'm just sitting off here just looking at the traffic going by, and it's like everybody's going on with something or whatever. It says deny, defend, depose. That's just a plain white truck. Somebody just spray painted that on the side. It's not their emblem. Ozinga. Sometimes when I just stop and look, it's like they're still going. It wasn't my choice to stay behind. Somebody else chose to try to leave me behind so they could go forward, so they could be the boss, so they could be the God, or they could be something. And we're going to just have to sit back and see how that works. What it feels like to me. Wells Fargo. I'm looking at how much that little sign looked like the Coach thing. So nowadays, when people say, I look to you, I'm thinking, for what? I don't think I have anything left. It's like, this is not, it's like the timing right now is not, you're supposed to be doing something else or whatever, I think. I don't know. Do I feel empty? No. But I just feel like, what's next? Or what the fuck is next? Or, okay, now what? Like, this could also be, the feeling that somebody would feel like somebody was sitting in a place for a long time to cleanse it. Now you cleansed it for these people and they want you out. Or they trying to keep you captive. Either or. Because it is true. Oh, that dark energy that was hovering over this city or whatever for so long is going away, or is getting heavier, or whatever. So somebody, you have to be built a certain type of way to not be looking for gratification from other people. You have to be built a certain type of way to, be truckable. It's not fair for these people to be all sitting on something that belongs to you when you need to move the fuck on, or you need to do whatever. That's the thing that I don't like. To move mountains, or just ask to have mountains moved, or demand that mountains are moved from in front of you. Or these people are acting like there's still mountainous energies in heaven, but I felt the mountains fall literally like 2 or 3 years ago when I commanded that the mountains in heaven fall. So that could be meaning that these people are now on earth and they're using their power, their energy, or something like this on earth from their experience that they had. Because imagine somebody like me was supposed to be like being apprenticed to like people in these different sectors, so that I can know the ins and outs. So it's like they trying to end one part of the world, but the person that's the conduit of what's going on was never filled in on what the hell was going on for the last 30 years. So it's just like, don't worry, just come up here with us. But there's a whole bunch of stuff, like you can't know what, just like you can't go forward unless you know the past sometimes. And again, you could be now caught up here, but then now it's like, okay, catch us if you can. And there's a whole gap or a big hole, or the bridge is burnt down or something. And now you got to be the one to sit there and try to, right? And it's like, even if somebody was riding on you all the time, it's like I carry us, or I do this or something like this for us or whatever. It's like, well, damn, you was being real silent when we were supposed to be doing something. Now what? But I feel like somebody wanted you. They know that they're stuck back here, and they wanted me or you stuck back here with them. Like, and now they want to show you how they really feel. And you don't really have to sit around with this person. But like I said, it's not even about your home. Even if you leave this place, somebody has already programmed it where they just want to fuck with you. It's just, I don't know. It's like, if I was a group of people and I got fooled by this person, I'm like, oh, you just wanted to haunt that person. You just wanted to hurt that person. This wasn't even really about us or healing nothing or clearing anything. This was just about you in some stupid thing. Because Beverly Johnson kissed Roderick Rodriguez instead of you in his 10th grade? Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? And then again, the point is, everybody's feeling some kind of way about it, but the person that everybody wants to feel some kind of way about it can't feel no kind of way about it. I didn't do anything wrong. Now, if I was a horrible person to people, I could feel a different way. Because I feel like they're saying, I see anger or hurt or something in your eyes. Now, these could be people that's on the outside looking at me. Are you sure that's me? Because I don't see nothing in my eyes. You see what I'm saying? I don't. I don't see anything in my eyes. But that you looking at hard. Why you looking that hard? I promise you I don't feel no way about nothing. I'm just already done for. It's like somebody trying to force you to be, like they already told you can't, this person don't burn with fire. And somebody keep trying to put you on fire. You've been on fire for 90 times and you still ain't got burnt. And then they still doing it. Like, what the fuck is you wasting your time doing that for? Try something else. Somebody lied to you, and then that person will have to realize if they lied to us about this, then they lied to us about, we don't even know nothing. All this shit that we did, and we didn't even put a dent in this. We really didn't know nothing. We wasted all this time.